Hi Cancer, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 29th to the 4th of January. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. My readings are also timeless, so if you stumble across one of my readings and it's not in the 7 days or the time frame stated in the title, it means it's for your next 7 days starting from tomorrow. So let's begin. I'm hearing moving on up through life. You're moving up through life, fully embracing a new day, a new you, a new change within your life. One that feels more right to you, one that feels more connected, like you're living in a way where you're being open to where your heart is telling you to go and where your heart is telling you to do. Living in a way that is very different to what you're used to this week. Choosing differently, choosing things that empower you rather than things that destroy you. And as a result, you're moving up through life. You're causing blessings to come towards you. Divine blessings are coming towards you because you're shifting your energy from a state of being in lack and worry and negativity to a state of positivity. You've already done the shift, but you're making choices, actively making choices this week when you're in situations to choose an option that feels better to you, that feels more of who you truly are. You're not showing up for the sake of showing up for face or to show off in some kind of way. You're doing things genuinely that are connected to you, and this is causing divine blessings. Like it's like I'm saying, like your divine blessings, your blessings have just been sort of like just flying up in the air, and as you're making decisions to live it like that's truly in your truth, that's authentically in your truth. You're making decisions like day to day with people you hang out, what you eat, conversations, and what you want to say. Like you're not rage baited by anyone. You're not being baited by anyone in any kind of way. You're acting truly by saying things that are truly from your alignment, truly from your truth. You're speaking about whatever it is you're speaking about, just to whoever, and living that way also. And this is causing like these blessings. I'm seeing them almost like lives, and they're looking at you. I'm seeing like these gold wrapped up, like this golden. I don't know why I'm seeing black, but golden and black energy. Like there's like these gold, like it's like these little black squares on it. It's like a print, almost like a design, like how you see like cheetah print or whatever. But it's like this golden, and it's got like these little black squares on them that are together, and it's like makes a design. And it's like these are your blessings, and they're just flying around. They've got no particular shape or any features, facial feature, none of that. It's just energy. I'm just seeing, and they're flying around, and they kind of sensing you, like they're sensing you because you're making decisions from your authenticity. You're making authentic, talking authentically, feeling authentically, behaving authentically to your truth. And this, you don't realize, is making you vulnerable to your blessings. It's making you vulnerable to your blessings, because your blessings have to come in for you when you're being vulnerable. When you're being like, yeah, I'm invulnerable, nothing can, I'm invulnerable to, when you say to yourself that you're invulnerable to everything, your blessings can't come in for you because you're blocking them. But you're vulnerable to your blessings by being in your truth, by being authentically you, by not pretending to be someone else. And your blessings are like being alerted to you, and they're coming in towards you. They're starting to come towards you here from this week. It's like they're like a homing missiles. Like they know your location now, and now they're coming towards you this week. you're starting to believe more in yourself as you take each step towards living in a way that makes you feel good, that helps build you up, that is connected to your heart. They are, you're really connected to your heart at this time. And as you take each step towards, living differently, you're seeing results, you're feeling results, you're noticing improvements in mood, improvements in sleep, improvements in diet, improvement in your looks as well. You've been noticing you've like been glowing more and looking better, and just in general. For you don't know what you've done, but it's just because of your mindset's changed, your approach to life has changed, and how you're viewing things. You're willing to give it a go and see how far you can get with it, how where it leads to is what you want to see really, where where this is, by you being like this, where can you get to, where will it lead to. So it's like you're choosing to see it as an adventure, your life, which is probably the best way to see life, to be honest with you. To see your life as an adventure and live with confidence, live boldly, in a way that makes you feel good and that empowers you. Not something that you have to recover from, not something that makes you feel like shit after. And you're moving away from a way that you're moving away from living in a way where you've picked up a lot of regrets, and now you're like, I'm living in a way where I really feel like, what if I want to do something, I'm going to do that particular thing. And so by you living like this, you're living from your heart, and you can never be wrong, and you're reducing the amount of regrets you will think. Well, you are actually reducing the amount, way reducing the amounts of the regrets that you will have moving forwards, because you're living from a place of authenticity. You're not living from a place of assumption anymore, or presumption, presuming anything. So let's jump into your reading and see what else is going on here for you this week. I'm picking up here that you might be worried about how other people perceive you, how other people are judging you, and you don't want to see him as someone that's like this goofy kind of person, like da la 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 la, and you're just worried about having some kind of conflict because you're looking weak. But the truth of the matter is, these people that you're worrying about won't be able to reach you because you're vibrating at a different frequency. So you're gonna come across them as someone that's very weird. They don't know why, but you're just very weird to them because you're not on the same frequency. You're not gonna be on the same frequency anymore as them. So they're not gonna be able to perceive you, perceive what you're doing, or perceive where you're going with your life. They're not gonna be able to perceive your energy. Because they're at a much lower vibration and you're upgrading your vibration. So you don't really have to worry about how people are going to perceive you, or whether people are going to think you're weak or something, because they're not going to be able to see you. Like, they see you in front of them walking, but they're not going to be able to feel you in any kind of way, because they're not capable of doing so. So your current energy is the Knight of Pentacles. So you've decided, like I was saying, to live in a different way. The Knight of Pentacles here, he decides, he's a prince, and he decides he wants to go learn how to grow his pentacles. So he goes off to seek help from this lady to teach him how to grow his pentacles. And so this is a long journey, a few years, where he learns how to harvest pentacles, and at the end of the journey, he becomes he's able to become very rich, because obviously he's able to grow pentacles, which is literally money. And so, pardon me, this is your purpose. You've been trying to figure out what your purpose is here. You've been trying to figure out, what was your reading for last week? I can't remember. I don't know, I just wrote it's turning around. I can't remember the reading, to be honest with you. But you're at this point now where you have begun this journey in life. And he also falls in love, by the way, at this point. Not at this point, but in this journey, he falls in love. And he gets married to the lady that's teaching him. So you've been, deciding, I'm going to work. And so this pentacle in your situation, this pentacle in your situation is you working towards your life. So this pentacle here is your life in general. What you're feeling called to do at this time. You're trying to find your purpose at this time, but what you're doing to get there is you're deciding, I'm going to put in work, I'm going to be hardworking, I'm going to be very productive, showing up for myself, trying to better myself in terms of personal development or spirituality. I'd say personal development is the best way to look at it. Developing yourself of really understanding who you are, understanding what you like, what you dislike, to a very fine detail. And so this is what you're doing. You're deciding to say, I'm going to put in time and energy into myself, in learning myself, in becoming better at myself, with myself. And I'm willing to put in the hard work. I'm willing to be productive. I'm willing to be practical and honest every step of the way about what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I'm experiencing, and so I can become better and better and better as a person in general, but more or less for yourself. You're doing this for yourself more than you're doing it for anybody else. So it's a really beautiful thing you're doing, to say, what, I've lived a certain way, but that doesn't need to be my narrative. My narrative is what I feel inside. You recognize your past doesn't maybe, I don't know if I said this last week, or I did, but I said to you that your past, when you allow past negative experiences to dictate your future, you're stealing from yourself. So when you go through a negative experience and then you change yourself to because of the pain that you went through, and you become this sort of person, like an angry person, and you're like, oh, because everybody's like this. So it's like you steal from yourself in the future, because when you allow the pain of the past to come and dictate how you should live, when something good comes for you in the future, you're either going to push it away or it's going to push you away. There's going to be some sort of disagreement between you and the good thing, so the good thing won't happen for you. So you're going to be stuck in the reality where you're going to keep having the bad things, so it's like you're stealing from yourself. You're stealing your happiness from yourself. So you recognize that that what you've been through doesn't really dictate who you should be. What really dictates who you should be is what is inside of your heart, and that's who you are, basically. And so you recognize this, and you're willing to put in time and energy and effort into unlocking yourself more. By you being in this energy without realizing it, you're manifesting opportunities, not just in personal development, but in money and in love. You're manifesting opportunities for yourself to grow. You're manifesting growth for yourself here, and you're going to feel you feel very abundant, first of all, and you're going to feel very enthusiastic. And you are currently feeling these feelings at this time, also feeling very abundant and enthusiastic. And you're also calling in these manifestations, or these opportunities that are making you very happy at this time. You like this youthful exuberance. You have this youthful exuberance. You're feeling a lot of joy, a lot of delight at this time as you're watching me, feeling very warmth, feeling positive energy. And so before the week, that you're in this energy of really being practical. I'm seeing a lot of yellow here, so it's related to the solar plexus. Not the solar plexus, sorry. It's the solar plexus. So it's like it's very physical. It's a very real thing that's happening within your life at this time. Stepping into the week, your theme for the week is the 5 of Wands. So the theme for the week, Five of Wands, basically means this week you're going through some conflict, some disagreements around you, where you know you're the right one, but you're trying to help people see things from your new perspective. But it's like people are trying to say you've gone mad, you've gone crazy, you've lost the plot, and so you're having some sort of conflict, disagreement. You feel like people are opposing you this week. It's going to feel chaotic just in general. The experiences you're having in general this week are going to feel chaotic. Like things are opposing you. You know you're right, and you know things around you are wrong, but you're still having to defend yourself from things here during this week. So jumping into Monday to Wednesday, you're in this energy of the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands here is basically you feeling fatigued, feeling battle weary. Here in the Nine of Wands, he has this huge battle with the evil wizard, which I feel like you've had. I'm not sure, but anyway, in the last week, but he has this huge battle with the evil wizard, and the evil wizard basically scoffs at him and says, there's no such thing as a good wizard. He laughs at him, he mocks him, and he goes, I challenge you to a fight. And so they have this grand battle where the whole city is destroyed because of their battle. And the good wizard, this guy, he's the winner. He wins the battle, but after the battle, he's basically the city's destroyed, so it's like your inner world has gone through a massive destruction, and you're rebuilding it at this time, as being destroyed even more here, before it gets rebuilt. And so you're feeling like a wounded warrior, like a battle where you're fatigued, you're on your last legs. And clarifying this, we have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is by you going through this battle here, and something happening here between Monday and Wednesday. Yeah, something's happening here between Monday and Wednesday. I feel like it's another little battle that's happening here. It's another battle happening. It's going to not feel very little. It's going to feel quite big, where you're going through this kind of battle between kind of like a good and evil kind of battle with people around you, because you've changed your insides have changed. You've changed inwardly, like your insides have changed. Yeah, you're having a battle with people around you. Because you're someone else entirely. You're like the good wizard, and the people around you are like the evil wizards. And so by you going through this, you're going to recognize you're very resilient. But this being clarified by the Page of Cups is basically you tapping, as a result of this battle that you're going through in the physical. And it's not necessarily like a battle. It's like, could be like a argument of words, is what I'm seeing. It's maybe got to do around with money and financial control, financial security. It's going to be something along the lines of financial, something to do with needing finances. And so you're going to have some kind of falling out here or argument with someone. There's an argument here that you're having with someone, is what I'm seeing. But it's not showing up as something detrimental. I mean, it's in your theme as conflict and disagreement, but you will be victorious. And anyway, by you being having this, going through this battle, is connecting you to your spirituality as well as your psychic gifts here. Is letting you know how intelligent you are spiritually, and how wise you are spiritually. And also, you're going to be like this inquisitive child then after this experience in regards to your spirituality, and trying to gain a greater understanding of yourself, spiritually speaking. It's going to lead you to be like very motivated, driven on a mission, to keep moving forwards through life. There's a very fast energy of you moving forward, being very motivated, focused, and as a result being very successful in removing yourself from a situation where you're worried about finances, where you're worried about financial control, where you're worried about financial security. So you're having this kind of battle here between Monday and Wednesday. Between Wednesday and Friday, you're going through the energy of the Temperance. So here you're figuring out what your purpose in life is to a very fine detail. You're moderating your energy as much as you can from a place of negativity to a place of positivity. You're literally transmuting the energy of hate into the energy of love, and you're turning it inwards into yourself. So it's like someone's giving you hate, you're turning it inwards and turning it into love for yourself, and it's giving you energy. By you doing this, it's giving you energy. By you ignoring, not fighting back with people, letting them send their hate your way, you're transmuting the energy from negativity into positivity. And by you doing so, you're moderating your energy, bringing balance to yourself, bringing peace to yourself, and strengthening your intuition. You can see here, how intuition is becoming much more strengthened. And so you're figuring out what your purpose is here. And clarifying this, we have the justice. So the universe is looking out at you and judging you at this time, passing its universal laws on you about if you're ready to move forwards or if you need to stay where you are. You're going to see feathers as a confirmation, particularly white feathers, between Wednesday and Friday, to signify that you are on the right path, that you have passed the universe test. And the universe is testing to see whether or not you will give into the old ways, or whether you will decide to be this new person that you've been maybe the last week or two. And so the universe is going to pass its universal laws on you from a place of truth, fairness, kindness, and justice, and deciding that you deserve good karma here. Yeah, you deserve to move forward here within your life. So the universe is going to set up a situation for you where you're going to feel like it's meant for you and just for you here between Wednesday and Friday. It's some sort of situation that's going to bring you into your purpose, or be aware of exactly what your purpose is. And so the universe is going to set this up where it's like, in the chariot, he finds the chariot on the side of a road. It's in perfect condition. And he's like, it must be for me because there's no one else around it and it's in perfect condition. So it's an armor and it's a chariot itself. So it's like, and by him jumping on the chariot, he's able to move the chariot with his heart. So the stronger your heart is, which you've been working on, the stronger your heart is, the stronger your willpower is. And so the universe is setting you up for a situation where you're finding some sort of vehicle to help move you forward very quickly towards your purpose here. You being very determined, taking control of your life. Not control like as in physical, but from your heart, taking control from your heart, as well as feeling, using your willpower and taking focused action towards, what you've learned, what is your purpose here. So the universe is basically testing you very quickly to see if you're ready for an upgrade, and the outcome is already showing that you are. Again, you're going to see a white feather here between Wednesday and Friday to signify you've passed the test. But you passed the universe's test. You will see it in some way, where physically, I'm seeing most likely it's going to be physically, but you may see it on on the internet or something, or like in social media or on your phone, somewhere you will see a white feather as a confirmation that you are on the right path, that you have passed the universe test, in regards to if you're ready for an upgrade or not. And so you passing the test, and so the universe is going to set up a situation where you're able to find a chariot, you're able to find a situation where it's moving you along very quickly. The chariot's very fast moving energy, and it moves very fast into the unknown, into where you've never been before. So this is what you're going to be doing here, between Wednesday and Friday, moving into the unknown towards your purpose, that you're going to be finding out exactly what it is here, between Wednesday and Friday. Between Friday and Sunday, you're in this energy of the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is here as you taking leadership of your life, being very practical and confident, feeling very fulfilled, fulfillment from your life, as well as having a wealth. And what this wealth is from you being in this hangman position. So you're getting, the hangman clarifying the King of Pentacles means that you're going to be in a position where you're going to be put upside down, in your life, where you feel like things are upside down, and it's to help. It's like things are being put on a pause for a little bit, so you can gain new perspectives about what you need to surrender, what you need to let go of that's making you stagnant at this time, so that you can see it from a different light and see what it's actually doing. And this could be, I'm saying this is more or less like things that you do on a day-to-day physically, or the things that you think about. So you're gaining new perspectives, and this is particularly in regards to finances, like your idea of financial need financial control, financial security. This is what you're gaining this new perspective about, how it's really affecting you from being the King of Pentacles. Like you said, you're recognizing here that you are the King of Pentacles. You've always been very abundant, but you've been having a mindset that's been very stagnant. That's almost been like you've been sacrificing your energy to a stagnant idea, being like, I need money, I need money. And the Four of Pentacles energy is very nasty energy because it doesn't allow any fresh new energy in. It just stagnates and destroys. You know, in the Four of Pentacles, the girl named what's her name? Names is in it, doesn't matter. But I think it's Celeste. Celeste? No, I can't remember. Anyway, she basically steals from her sisters, and she's Celine. That's it. She steals from her sisters, and she takes their pentacles. They all have a pentacle each, and she runs away and she sits on a metal stone thingy, and she proclaims, I am the Queen of Pentacles. And as she says this, she drops all of them, and they all manage to roll down the hill, and they get lost in the city, and they lose the pentacles forever. So it's a very stagnant energy of you trying to like grab out, need money and needing financial control, financial security here. And you're recognizing here, you're gaining enlightenment, that this is actually, by you having this attitude, this mindset, has actually made you very stagnant. The Fool here, he gets his foot caught in a vine and he gets turned upside down. Rather than fighting it, he decides to allow himself to stay upside down so he can see the world from a new perspective. And so you're gaining a perspective here that's allowing you to free yourself of that Four of Pentacles energy finally, so that you can feel very fulfilled, very wealthy within your own energy. This is a wealth of energy here that you will be getting, and energy is money, so the more energy you have, the more money you have. You're gonna be returning to this King of Pentacles energy here by removing this Four of Pentacles, this need for literally taking cunning actions away from liars, deceivers, betrayers in any way. Anything that's lying to you, anything that's deceiving you, anything that's betraying you in any way, you're taking cunning actions away from it. That's and returning back into this state that your natural state of the King of Pentacles. You're naturally very wealthy. You have a lot of energy, whoever you are. You find fulfillment very easily. As well as being the leader of your life. You like to be the leader, and you're very practical and confident about decisions. But because you've been in this energy of the Four of Pentacles, worrying, needing financial security, needing financial control, needing money just in general, finances, and being greedy about it, has put you into an energy of stagnancy. It's shifted your naturally abundant energy into an energy of stagnancy. And this ties back into your theme for the week, for most of it, to be honest with you, of you feeling experiencing conflict, disagreement, experiencing chaos and opposition throughout the whole week. You're going through this energy, but coming through on the other side, it feels a lot better. The resolutions, it's like you're clearing up the clutter within your life, clearing up more than you realize, is what I'd like to say. You're clearing up way more than you realize, because what you're clearing up and what you're figuring out here, you're figuring out, like between Monday and Wednesday, you're having some sort of victory here, and it's helping you tap into being more spiritual. Then you're finding out what your purpose is, and after you find out what your purpose is, you're removing a financial block here that you have within you. So it's like things are moving like one step at a time in a very interesting way of that. It makes sense for you to be set up to be the King of Pentacles, very wealthy and abundant in many ways. So let's see what your challenge is here for the week. So if you've never seen me before, a challenge will show up in one way or another, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, one way or another, the challenge will show up. But when it does show up, do not give it energy, and that's how you kill it off. The challenge is trying to bring you down or keep you on the same reality. It doesn't want you to level up your life or go to the next level or upgrade your life, sorry, is what I meant. It wants to keep you in your current reality, and it could be anything. It doesn't have to be something like an entity. It could just be the agent energy, agent filter people between who's meant to be free and who's meant to be part of the matrix, who's meant to be part of being subjugated by the matrix. So your challenge for this week is you might be you're having difficulties. You're doubting your manifestations. You're doubting whether you're manifesting opportunities to come in for you. Interestingly enough, even though they are, you're doubting, and you're doubting whether you really are manifesting opportunities, and whether or not you're going to be abundant. And you're not feeling very enthusiastic, and you're like, I'm having to defend myself. You're feeling like you have to defend yourself from people and protect yourself from anyone who's trying to challenge and compete with you and trying to obstruct your way in any kind of way. And this is leading you to have a lack of love for yourself, a lack of love for your path, a lack of love for where you're going. It's like you're allowing yourself to be stuck here, and kind of being like, I'm throwing away the key, because things are not working out, but they've only just started to go in a different direction. But this is just the challenge here of like you doubting yourself is leading, doubting yourself, and doubting that you are blessed and you are protected, but you're just doubting yourself in terms of your manifestations coming in, and and worrying about what other people are doing, rather than and worrying about how that other people are successful and you're not successful yet, and it's making you fall out of love with yourself. Obviously the best thing to do in this situation is not to doubt where you're going, and if you do find yourself doubting yourself, bring love to yourself, show yourself love, show yourself kindness. You deserve love and kindness, and that's always treat yourself kindly, because when you're harsh on yourself, you're hurting yourself, quite literally, and you're stopping yourself from receiving blessings when you're doing that, and stopping yourself from having a better life. So that's your challenge for this week. Let's see what your outcome is. So your outcome's beautiful. So you're having a major breakthrough in terms of figuring out what your life's purpose is. You're hearing the call where your soul is calling you, where literally where your soul is calling you. You're having a major breakthrough, and you're absolving yourself. You're absolving people around you. You're forgiving a lot of people. You're forgiving yourself as well. You're absolving yourself of the pain that you've caused yourself, and you're transmuting that energy of pain into love for yourself, and you're using it as fuel, like love fuel, I guess, for yourself to propel yourself forward. And you are moving forward here with a lot of speed, to be honest with you, with great speed. Light speed is what I'm hearing. And so you're having a breakthrough here. You can see down here they're all waiting for this tsunami down there to come in and wash over them, and it's coming in for you here. You're being washed over here by this tsunami of change within your life that's going to make you feel very happy. But you're having a breakthrough here nonetheless, in figuring out what your life's purpose is, and you're going to be acting upon it. And also you're receiving divine blessings here by the end of this week, because you're starting to believe more, you're starting to have more hope, you're having more faith, you're going for a potential and renewal that's going to boost your faith, that's going to boost your hope in your life path, and divine blessings coming in for you. You're very vulnerable with the universe, and the universe is responding in a very kind way, in a very loving way, to give you what you need exactly at this time, spiritually as well as in the physical. There's your confirmation if you heard it. And so you're having this celebration as a result of this major homecoming within yourself, of you finding a new life, of being in this new life. This is a homecoming of you finally being yourself, your authentic self here, by the end of this week. I mean, your theme's a bit crazy, but by the end of the week you're going to be celebrating and being very happy, feeling more at a harmony than you've ever been within yourself. So it's a fantastic reading. I'm going to leave you a reading here If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.